Want to hear a ghost story about my bathroom? So, I live in the old jail in Salem, Massachusetts. So, the jail that they built after they torn down the witch dungeons. So I have tour guides outside my bedroom window all the time, telling giant tour groups all about how my building is haunted, right? So when I moved in a year ago, I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I'm gonna have so many ghosts, you know? Because I know a lot of people were executed here where my apartment stands. But I moved in and everything to me seemed fine. I mean, I knew a lot about ghosts and I wasn't really feeling anything. So the only thing that was weird that I did not think was a ghost at the time at all was that every time I took a shower, my water temperature would get up to how I wanted it, and then it would go freezing cold and then super crazy hot, like over and over again. I had maintenance out here 15 different times and they could not replicate this. Well, for a while they couldn't replicate it. And then I used my actual temperature gun from my ghost hunting equipment and I was like, look, this proves that it's doing this. And then they were able to get it to do it, but then they couldn't figure out why. They replaced my entire hot water heater and still could not figure out why my shower was doing this. So I had a friend over one day and we were talking about the history of the jail. And I was telling them that, this jail closed in 1990 because it still had no plumbing and no electricity, and these prisoners rioted. In 1990, they didn't have any plumbing. They were still going in buckets. So I was like, oh my gosh, is this ghost we didn't get plumbing, you don't get plumbing either? So anyway, we had no idea what to do. My apartment complex is we're baffled, we don't know what to do. In February of this year, I went on vacation. I went on a cruise with my mom and my brother and my sister. And I fly to Florida. I fly to Fort Lauderdale. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a real shower and the temperature's gonna stay the same and it's gonna be amazing. And I get in the shower and it is still doing that. It is still fluctuating. It's still getting super crazy hot and super cold. And I was like, what the heck? I was telling my mom, because she had been to my apartment before and she knows what my shower does. And she's like, oh my gosh, that was so weird. When she took a shower, she's like, it's doing what your apartment does. I was like, I know. Do I have a ghost that's following me? This is so weird. So I'm like, when we get on this cruise ship tomorrow, if this still does this on this ship, I'm going to freak out. Next day on the ship, my brother and my mom shared a room and my sister and I shared a room. My sister and I's shower fluctuates in water temperature. My mom and my brother's does not. Just my shower. I was like, oh my God, I have a ghost. I have a ghost that followed me on a cruise ship from Salem, Massachusetts. How do we make this ghost want to stay on a cruise ship and not come back home with me? So my sister names this ghost Bruce. I don't know why. And we were telling Bruce the whole time I'm on this ship, hey, you should live out your best afterlife on this ship. It is way better to be here on a cruise ship in the Caribbean than it would be to come back to Salem, Massachusetts with me. You should totally stay here. Kind of joking about it the whole time. The very last day, we're like, all right, bye, Bruce. Have a good afterlife. See you later. Okay, bye. Or not see you later, but goodbye forever. So I get home. My shower has worked perfectly fine ever since. I can't make this shit up. I left a ghost on a cruise ship and that ghost is living it up on that cruise and I have a shower that works. I just think that's so funny. Anyway, follow me if you want more ghost stories because let me tell you, I have a lot.